It's live.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Officer Baraki Allah, also 500 out of I.S.U.P.K. Atlanta. We started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969. Topic of my class today, this is a Brotherhood class on Tuesday night. The topic is being a fool for Christ's sake is true brotherhood. You know, I.S.U.P.K, when you come in this school, you come in this body. And we all know common saying that's very biblical, that we you have to become a fool for Christ. You know, to be part of the set apart, be part of that governing body of Christ, the soldiers, the army of the Most High. And that's what we're gonna go into today. Trooper, you got your sword ready? Pick me up at 1 Corinthians 4:10. I've been seeing a few things, you know, online and a few little videos for celebrities and whatnot. A lot of people know about the Israelites. People know that they blacks as Jews. People are converting over their belief systems, and it got a lot more ear to the truth. A lot of these publications and podcasts and on YouTube is a lot more conscious on of the Israelites. But you know, the more we advance, it seems like the more confusion and the more a lot of people try to make it more of a religious type of thing. You know, so therefore, you know, they look at us like the One West, because we the set apart groups. You know what I mean? Of all the Israelite groups or whatnot. Who is this? Shalom, on Christ. You said young man Desmond? You said young man Desmond? All right, shalom, on Christ. I'm just putting you down. The top of this class, being a fool for Christ's sake is true brotherhood. What I was saying, I see a lot more celebrities, a lot on social media, a lot more people conscious about the Israelites and whatnot. You know, that's a good thing to help us progress. But you know, we are the children of the slaves. The Israelites were oppressed people. So you know, once we can hear about the truth and still try to make it a religious type of thing. We still try to make it a, you know, include our oppressors and our slave masters or whatnot. But here at I.S.U.P.K, we set apart. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group at all. So therefore, you know, the people in the world, we definitely looked at as fools for Christ. And to other Israelite groups, you might as well say they're in the world also. They also look at us, you know, as you know, set apart. What we'll say, fools for Christ. You got that scripture? Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 10. We are fools for Christ's sake.
We are what?
We are fools for Christ's sake.
Right, that's right. You know, when you see the word fool in the Bible, a lot of times it's not really a positive connotation. But we doing it for Christ's sake. Please believe it's definitely a positive connotation on it. You know, and that's how we gotta look at it. That's how it's gonna be. That's gonna be our life. Keep on reading.
But ye are wise in Christ. We are weak, but ye are strong.
Right, basically we wise in Christ. You know, we looked at it as weak because, you know, all we have to do to put in for this work for the nation, to be saved to the end. Just to fulfill the job of as a servant under Yahanna. You know, we may be looked at as weak. We the strong ones. Keep on reading.
But ye are strong. Ye are honorable. But we are despised.
But we are what?
But we are despised.
Right, we're honorable men. This is a very honorable job that we're doing. I mean, it's the highest of the most of the honors. We honor the Most High. It's a very honorable position to come into the school and to do the work for the Most High under Christ. But we're prepared to be despised, so we are despised. And and that's what comes back to us being fools for Christ. A few weeks ago, maybe about a week or two ago, I was looking at an interview. Go ahead.
Can we read the verse with 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 19?
Good. Bear with me one moment. You got it ready? Who is this? Okay, Shalom Lord Christ, I'm gonna push you down. Alright, go ahead, officer.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
Come. And that's what that you definitely use that as a precept, because that's what the Most High does, and we're gonna be going through that in this class, how the Most High, who He deals with. Who you think He gonna deal with, how you think He gonna handle things is not exactly how He gonna handle things. And He uses the fools of the earth to confound the wise on this earth. A few weeks ago, while I was saying I was watching an interview. How many of y'all are familiar with Drink Champs? Noriega? Drink Champs? Any of y'all watch that?
Oh, yeah, I saw a video too.
Okay. Yeah, he interviewed Shine, the rapper Shine. Anyway, y'all may be familiar with the rapper Shine or whatnot. Go ahead. Yeah, from the 90s. It sound like Biggie. They say he sound like Biggie. He was with Puff Daddy and he shot up the club. He did a bid and whatnot. Y'all remember Shine, right? He got deported or whatnot. I mean, I used to mess with him real hard back in, I grew up, I ain't say I grew up on his music, but I used to mess with his music really heavy when I was younger. And he went to prison or whatnot, came out, and he came out as Jewish. And even at the time he came out of prison, that's why he came into the truth. I thought it was a little odd. I was like, he's Jewish. But the thing about it, he was dressing up as a Jewish man. But as time went on, he kind of changed up. I didn't really check with that, but I did know he knew he was Israel. He's from Belize. He's from the island of Belize or whatever. That's where he got deported to, and he's still under the faith. They did a drink champs. They sit down with you, they drink with you, and they talk about these things. Shine is it's a drink champs national publication, whatnot. So he interesting enough. I watched that and seen his interview or whatnot, and they was asking him about the Israelites. And Shine took some shots at the Israelites or whatnot. He took some real shots at the Israelites. But that's not the only time I ever hear that. Some of these celebrities, when I hear them acknowledge the truth or acknowledge that we are Israel, a lot of times what happens is, they don't want to. Yeah, they be like, okay, we Israelites, but those dudes on the streets, those dudes on the corner, hell no, we definitely not them. We not associated with them at all. We not those. Everybody wants you to know when they are a celebrity, got some kind of status when they come to the truth. They always want to stress, we nothing like them dudes on the corner or whatnot. And and I heard it. Of course, I had righteous indignation, but I immediately thought about everything that's ordered in the scriptures about what we're supposed to be doing and how we I.S.U.P.K. especially we do everything biblically. I'm gonna play like 2 minutes of this Drink Champ interview and of Shine, and then I'm gonna just go in on that. It's not even really about Shine. It's about the conception of people that even get into the truth, even the world, how they think about us. This is about a 2-minute little audio from Drink Champs, with Shine speaking.
Christian, no one comes back Jewish.
Y'all can hear that? You think I need to bring it closer to the camera?
I make it bring it closer. I get it here.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it closer. It's a minute. It's an hour 29. Do I play it?
I mean.
Yeah, stop it at the hour at the 31-minute mark. Just go ahead and play it. You about to hit it up to the microphone.
Israelites, the proper name for Jews are Israelites. Israelites for people who don't know. I'm not talking about those guys on 42nd Street. That's what I was about to say. No, listen. That's not the Israel. Listen, if you're guys on 42nd Street with black.
Well, pause it real quick.
If you're a Christian.
Because I know y'all didn't hear it on the phone, did y'all? Did y'all hear that on the phone? Okay, all right. So basically, Noriega was asking him. He was like, most people go to jail and prison and come out. They come out blood, crip, Muslim, Christian, or whatnot. And he said, you came out Jewish. He's like, what is that? And so Sean corrected him actually and he said, I'm not Jewish. He said, I'm an Israelite. And Nora was basically saying, Israelite, you mean like the dudes with the funny scars that be on the corner? He was like, oh, and Sean was like, oh no, not like them guys on 42nd Street, not at all. And that's the first shot that he definitely took. He let it know he's separating himself from those guys on the streets. Play the rest. Play about 31 minutes.
Version, and you read the Old Testament, they both have the Old Testament, and you read, it will tell you about the Israelites, right? And the 5 books of Moses is in both those scriptures, and in the 5 books of Moses, which is my name, you change your name to Moses, yeah, Levi. Well, my name is Moses Barrow. The 5 books of Moses documents the happenings of the Israelites. It's not in the Torah, though, as well? That's the Torah.
The 131 yet?
The Quran. Okay. So that's the...
Okay. All right. I'm gonna just summarize it because an audio issue. I know you guys on the phone can't hear it. All right. So he basically asked him about being an Israelite. And immediately, Noriega, he's a rapper, he's from New York. He definitely know about the Israelites because we all over New York, and that's immediately who they thought about. And Shine let it be known it definitely was not. He definitely don't have anything to do with that. And he went on to say how he basically spoke half truths about how the Bible doesn't mention the actual word Jew. And how he went into the whole African, how we are African, and he basically just said that being a Jew is more of a religion and it's not a nationality. So us at I.S.U.P.K, we definitely personally we're gonna take that as a shot. He didn't say it in a militant or arrogant way, but we know how to read between the lines and whatnot. He knows for the false Jewish Zionists, he has to play their game. He's trying to be a politician. He got to play their game, and he quickly denied. The brothers on the street as if we were doing something wrong. He quickly denied that that it's more of a nationality, there's a religion. So we see these things happening in the celebrity world. Once they fold on us, or everybody lets whoever interview them know that they don't have anything to do with the guys on the street, not knowing that Christ set that up for us to be on the streets.
I
Go ahead.
want
Oh yeah, definitely, and I'm gonna get to that also. Go ahead and pull that right now. And while you at it, put me up in 1 Corinthians 1 and 2.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 13, verse 9. For we are glad when we are weak, and ye are strong. And this also we wish, even your perfection.
That's all you got on that? Okay.
You know, rest thing about, when we break it down, saying like, we are in a low state, but we strong because we represent the truth in I.S.U.P.K. We're going to stand strong on what these laws, statutes, commandments are. But we know they're not done away with. That's what's going to give us that perfection. Even though we're at this low state, we may not be out there like these rappers and stuff. We may not have that type of money. Well, getting business. We may not have that type of money, or we may not be as famous in a sense. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, I see where you're going with that. And yeah, you can definitely use that. The precept I'm gonna go and use is 1 Corinthians 1 and 2. And then drop it down to 26. You got that already?
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 2. Until the church of God, which is at Corinth, to them that are sanctified in Christ Jesus, called to be saints, with all that in every place call upon the name of Jesus Christ our Lord, both theirs and ours.
All right, drop it down to 26. We just established it on 1. Go to 26. Go ahead.
Verse 26. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
What he said? He said, you notice what he said? He said, not many noble are called. So, that's what we're dealing with. A lot of times, a celebrity or somebody that's a star, they should feel privileged to even get to the point of where they even know the truth a little bit. But a lot of times, them guys, them dudes, them women, they're not called. They're not called in this truth at all. Pick me up at verse 27. Hold on, God had chosen. God had chosen what?
God has chosen the foolish things of the world.
That's right. That's where we going. We going back to that word foolish. That word fool. But we ain't a fool, a worldly fool. We're a fool for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? And and that's what we embrace. You know what I mean? That's how we build this brotherhood. You know what I mean? That's what we taking the hit. We taking the hit for Christ. I mean, keep on reading.
And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty.
Right, because he chose the weak things of the world to control the things that are mighty. All these great publications, all these broadcasts, all these podcasts and interviews and rappers and celebrities with millions upon millions of followers and subscriptions to what they got going on to their whole campaign. The guys with the garments on the corner, you know what I mean? He gonna use those guys to conform the whole world. And you know what I mean? And it's definitely it's no lie on that. What they say is no cap on that at all. You know what I mean? That's what the Lord doing. The irony of it all. You know what I mean? And that's what we out here for. That's what this class is. We explaining that. You know what I mean? We jumping into this full-fledged knowing that we're fools for Christ's sake. And that's how we're gonna fish our brothers in. That's how we're gonna fish the sisters in. That's how we're gonna get everything sealed to get ready for Christ to come back and start and be in this true rulership. That's how it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And that's a place that nobody's gonna be looking. All these ministries and theologians and pastors and so-called bishops or whatnot. You know what I mean? They got all type of, that's on one on every corner. You know what I mean? It's all type of people that's so-called ordained. It's also all type of people that's so-called ordained and have a big following also. They have influence. They are social media influencers and all that. And they not thinking that those dudes on the corner with those signs, that's not preaching in the church. That's what the Most High uses to confound the world. That's what He using. You know what I mean? And it also take me back to how the Most High, He don't dwell in places and temples that's built, with I'm paraphrasing, that's built with hands. You know what I mean? The Most High had us go out on the street. You know what I mean? We're not capped with any walls or cubicles or whatnot. When our voice speak, our voices are going out to the whole proximity of the area. You know what I mean? Anybody walking within almost a mile can hear it. So basically, it's going out to the whole world. That's how the Most High chose His prophets to come out and speak. You know what I mean? He put our face card on to the whole city. You know what I mean? For Him, and we're doing it for Christ's sake. Keep on reading. Verse 28.
And many things of the world and things which are despised hath God chosen.
Oh man, that's heavy. That's heavy. So, you know what I mean? Because some of these scriptures we read, we can read Bible and whatnot, man. We got to pull back everything about, you know what I mean? That's how we. I know everybody in I.S.U.P.K know, but it's just even more. Even more proof of what we're doing this for. You know what I mean? Because He said based on the things that read it one more time. 28.
Verse 28. And make things of the world and things which are despised hath God chosen. Yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are.
Right, and we all understand that. You know what I mean? Well, people not expecting that. People despise us. You know what I mean? They sometimes they spit on the prophets. They attack the prophets. You know what I mean? They when they walk by, they don't even want to look at us in the eye sometimes. You know what I mean? Our people don't take to the Israelites on the streets. I mean, they're taking a lot more than they have in the past years. But for the most part, you are despised. You know what I mean? And that's what the Most High gonna use. You know what I mean? And that's how you know when you're doing everything according to His law and you being despised. We already know we in the right place. We already know we in the right vibration. Keep on reading. Go ahead. Go ahead. Right, that's a precept because the Most High he just want His servants to do His work. You know when they say when the people that be against the Bible, they be in the black conscious community, and they go to the scripture and say servants obey your masters. They try to make it seem like it's the people in slavery telling the slaves to obey the slave masters. But really, us in the I.S.U.P.K, we the servants. Christ is the master. And that's what that's talking about. And that's what we doing. We don't care if it pop or not. We don't care if we get a big crowd or not. We'll prophesy to the wind. You know what I mean? Because we do being servants, obey your masters. You know what I mean? They done fooled us with that scripture too. They done got so many people to go to turn against Christ for that scripture. oh man, the Bible is an oppression book. Yeah, because they playing with the word. They ain't say nothing about no slaves. They talk about servants. And that master is Yahanna, who y'all call Christ. Keep on reading.
Verse 29. That no flesh should glory in his presence.
That's right. Yeah, humble yourself, man. You know what I mean? No flesh glory in the Most High presence. You know what I mean? And that's what there's a lot of boasting and bragging and people thinking they're bigger than what they actually are. They're not knowing that they are not realizing that they need to humble themselves before the Most High. That they're filthy rags. That you don't know everything. You know what I mean? He the one control life and death. You know what I mean? So you should glory in His presence at all. Because you know, and that's another thing Sean was talking about. And when I was doing my little research, because I had to find the exact spot. That's why I hit y'all on the phone and hear that. If y'all want to go back and listen to the interview, it's at an hour and 30 minutes. And I played like the next 2 hours. I had to go and find the exact spot. But looking for that information. Go ahead. Who is this? Michael Lott. Okay. Shalom, Lord Christ, will push it down. But researching, trying to going back to that interview, because I know I heard what he said. You know what I mean? Going back to that interview, I seen some more information about Zion Lex. Everybody knows Zion Lex, Captain Cesaria. You know, have a dialogue with him. I think they might have debated. We all familiar with Zion Lex, correct? Right, you know about Zion Lex, right?
Yeah, call.
All right, so Zion Lex, he spoke on it. He went on Doggy Diamonds. That's another podcast that you know that had I.S.U.P.K on it a lot of times. Doggy Diamonds. They based in Brooklyn, and he wanted to have Zion Lex on and ask about it. And of course, you know, Zion Lex went on about how he was disappointed with what Shine said or whatnot. About the brothers on, because actually Sean said, I'm not those brothers on 42nd Street. That's one of the spots that the I.S.U.P.K taught in New York City. And that's what he was referring to. But Zion Lex also went on to say to separate himself from the I.S.U.P.K, to make it be known. And he went on, and Sean also, when he was breaking down what an Israelite was, he put more emphasis on Africa. He was giving the breakdown. You know, when you start being an internet Israelite, you talk about Israel and Africa, the tectonic plates and whatnot. You try to, you know, just basically saying it's part of Africa. We know about the boundaries or whatnot, and all that tectonic plates or whatnot. Look, the land of Israel, the land of Israel. It's something called borders. The Most High set those borders in order. When the Supreme Being, the Most High, set borders on order, there's no more, this used to be this, whatever. That's just Israel. Those people from the part of that world are dark-skinned, period, or not pale-faced, period. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna find the Jewish people over there. And that's what Shine went on to break down about how Israel is Africa or whatnot. So Zion Lex, when he was speaking against Shine, he started saying that you know, he didn't agree with what Shine said, but at the same time, you know, Zion Lex don't go on the streets and preach. And he said one thing about I.S.U.P.K, he's not like I.S.U.P.K, or his camp is not like I.S.U.P.K. They not against Africa and the connection to Africa. And that's another thing that we get a lot of flack on. Because we know all these blackity blacks, people try to be fake woke, fake conscious or whatnot. We know a lot of the people, they love Africa. They'll tattoo Africa on them. They'll tattoo the Unk on them. They'll wear the red RBG, red, black, and green colors, and base everything and thinking that's what the way black is supposed to be. And here you come to I.S.U.P.K, we telling you, no, we're against the Hamite. That's the thing about it. We're not against Africa. We're against the Hamite. That's those are the people who mostly fulfill Africa. Those are the indigenous people to the land, to the continent that we call Africa. But we know damn well that the Israelites are scattered through the four corners of the earth. So when they look, go ahead.
Once you first out, it's so heavy that my man got to preach up what you talking about. Because fake Israelites and Christians, they'll have you believe that Christ comes to everybody. That not saved everybody, he's probably everybody. Because Jeremiah 33:14, you know, you can hear that whole thing if I made up.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 33:14. Behold, the days come, says the Most High, that I will perform that good thing which I have promised unto the house of Israel and to the house of Judah.
It's like, well, the mic ain't working, right?
Okay, Con.
Yeah, read for the brother.
I'm gonna have Con, yeah, definitely use that one because you know in the end we already know we got the cheat sheet. We know how this thing gonna happen. We know how the thing's gonna fulfill out. The Most High gonna happen. He gotta have it play out before anything goes down. He gonna have things in order. The Most High does things in decency and order, and everything gonna play out to the T exactly how he's gonna have it. He gonna use the ones that despise to confound the whole world. That's how the Most High operates. Now back on this African thing, that's a false statement. We're not against the whole continent of Africa. We're not against. We're not ever saying that Africans are not Israelites are not in Africa. You know what I mean? We scattered through the four corners of the world. So that means Israelites are everywhere. When you look at that chart, that's just based on the hemisphere over here. We're dealing with the go ahead, Ottawa.
But it's real strange that when it comes to Africa, black people is unconcerned about Africans. Now I mean, being Israelites being in Africa, they're not concerned about Japan and China, and other places. They just get real offended when you say Africans are not Israelites.
Right.
But when you say the Chinese man not an Israelite, they don't get mad. I mean, why don't they get mad when you say Chinese man not an Israelite? Because they got a sick feeling for the Africans. All right? Because they've been raised up to think that they're Africans. So they're trying their hardest to include Africa with Israel. And that's the part where they get offended at, you know what I mean? But they shouldn't be offended. Because we're not telling a lie. The children of Ham are not Israelites. When you think about Africa, you're thinking about the Hamite. You're not thinking about Israel, so.
Come.
Yeah.
And that's another thing we get like the brothers there out on the street and they talk about Africans, they got the African signs, they so against anti-Africa. Look, Africa is a continent. We against the family and the children of Ham. That's what we against. You know what I mean? We can break those families down for you. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
The daughter of Israel and wanted to marry her so bad.
We went through and knocked them off, huh? You thought when we went through and knocked that whole little city off, huh? For touching our sister.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of misled to kind of keep revenge on him raping on our sister, but he was trying to trick us and tell us, I'm late where he said that we have them. We'll give you our Hamite daughters, and and you can have our women, and let us have some more of your women, and all of us can come together. I shall man and everything with you. It just basically show you that how we was never together. We were never the same people.
Right.
But a Christian church would never talk with them.
Right. Yeah. We was never. Oh yeah. I don't want got something to say.
Also, if you want to get real technical about the African word, Africans are not Africans because Africa is named after a white man. Africans are not. They father is not a white man. All right. So that the white man do. He renames everything, man. Now I mean, they God given name. Well, the name that they had in the Bible was Ham. So you know what I mean. So ain't no damn African. Know what I mean? That's just the game the white man plays, man.
Right, and that's definitely the game the white man plays. And then the thing is that whoever was the best oppressor, whoever beat Israel the best and oppressed us the best, that's who Israel running up behind. You know what I mean? We already know who tore us up the worst is the oppressor, the Caucasian. That's who we running up in their face. The number one oppressor. But who's number two behind that? You know, you already know that's the African. You already know that's the so-called African. That's what we call Ham. That's the Hamite. You know what I mean? Of course, no doubt, we got African. We got Israelites over there in Africa. But like the priest was saying, we got Israelites over there in India, in Asia, scattered all through the four corners of the world. When you look at our chart, this has helped the people in the Western Hemisphere to understand, to identify who we are. Because we were taken from our land and brought over here, which fulfills prophecy. And that's another thing about the streets. That's where all the prophecies are coming from. It's coming from the streets. You know, it ain't coming from no Judaism, whatever temple. It ain't coming from none of these false Israelite groups. You know what I mean? These folks don't even know the Most High name. You know what I mean? And that's another one of the things that I wanted to bring out is that those oppressors those are two main oppressors. So we got more oppressors, but those are two main, and that's why Israel always running behind. Oh, they dark skinned, they dark, so we must be family. No, we not family. This is ISUPK, universal practical knowledge. Everybody who has dark skin or brown skin on the earth is not the same family. You know what I mean? That's something that you could be of old age and don't even know unless you come into the truth. We become fools for Christ's sake. We have to battle all these issues, and we will prove them all. Because they talk about those dudes on 42nd Street. We not those dudes on the street. And Nick Cannon. Oh, now we are definitely not those dudes on the street. I mean, all the celebrities. We not those dudes on the street. We not those dudes on the street. You know what I mean? It just made me a little indignant. You know what I mean? But the pot about anybody asks, this is an open question. We're going about to pull the scripture. Well, everybody should know this. Where does wisdom cry out? Because the wisdom is what Israel needs to get back to the Most High. But where would you find that wisdom? Where does the wisdom cry out at? Let me Proverbs 1:20. Go ahead. Right. Well, I'm looking for a little thing. Where we like to hang at? Where you find the Israelites at? Where we be at? Where we got hot? Where we be having hot every night? Where we like to hang out at? That's what wisdom. That's what wisdom crying out at. Anybody want to take a shot at it? Oh, go ahead.
If I may, just think back out what you were saying, and to give you a precept, Deuteronomy 4:6.
What did it say?
It's so different. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 6. Speak therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nation, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Right, yeah, I'll take that, but I'm looking for one particular word. I got it, Napash got it. Proverbs 1:20.
Okay.
Oh, you got something to say before that?
Yeah, I'll give you the precept Isaiah 51 and tell you where we're going to be after that.
Okay.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58.
No. Oh, you got another precept before that?
Oh, come. I mean, you want it.
Oh, no, go ahead and pull yours and then pull my Proverbs 1:20.
Oh, come. The book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people they transgression, and the house of Jacob they sins.
Right. You already know that was in the arsenal right there. That's definitely show our people, show the house of Jacob, show our people where they've been going out. Cry loud. You know what I mean? People don't even them celebrities don't even realize that's an order, man. You know what I mean? When you're in the army of the Most High, when you're the soldier of the Lord, when you get an order, you do that. You mean those are orders all through the scriptures. That's what Jeremiah them did. That's what Ezekiel them did. That's what all the prophets did. It was the disciples did, and that book that just don't stop with them. That's what we doing today in this modern time. Cause we are them today. You got me? And so we gonna bring out what wisdom crying out at. You know what I mean? Proverbs 1:20.
Come. The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets.
She uttered her voice in the what?
In the streets.
In the what?
In the streets.
Man, wisdom crying out from the streets, man. You know what I mean? And what the Shine say? That's why we're playing that little interview or whatever. It's not, it's so ironic. You know what I mean? I'm not those dudes on the streets. I'm an Israelite, but I'm not those dudes on the streets. You know what I mean? But that's so crazy because you know what? We just read that wisdom crying out from the streets. She uttered her voice from the streets, man.
Right.
That's where you're going to find wisdom, man. That's where you're going to find. And then as we go on and on, that's what we're going to show this. That's where you're going to find the prophets at. You know what I mean? And they also went on about, man, they just cussing people out on the streets or whatnot. You know what? We don't cuss people out on the streets or whatnot. We don't do it. But you know what? When somebody want to come up and battle, if we gotta go there, If we gotta get loud, if we gotta get a little belligerent, you know what I mean? We gonna get the point across. We gonna prove our point. You know what I mean? We out there. We not out there for any game. We're not playing no games. Everybody will join their regular Saturday or their regular time, whatever they out there. We out there on really wartime, showing our people where to go off, so we can get back this nation and this thing pop and take off. You know what I mean? And he gonna use that's what the Most High gonna use to confound the word, because the wisdom she crying without, but the wisdom she crying out in the streets, man. That's why we go to them highways and byways and cuts and the corners where our people is at, because we right there on the streets. Pick me up at 21.
Come.
Go down to 23.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, Proverbs 21 to 23.
Oh, come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 21. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her voice saying.
What she said? Yeah, hold on that. Because that's what we're telling you. Wisdom crying out. Your words, officers, captains and generals, we already know our words are that wisdom. This is the wisdom that the Bible is talking about. You know what I mean? And then, that's where it's been found in the streets. Go ahead. And what's the words that wisdom that cries out in the street? What is that saying? Verse 22.
Come. Verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, that's a question. How long will you fools hate knowledge? How long will you simple ones love simplicity? You know what I mean? That's basically what we're going out and asking our people. You know what I mean? They know they off. You know what I mean? They in the homosexuality. They changing their sex. They trying to be running behind the white. They trying to run behind the oppressor or everything he do. They get into the marrying these heathens. You know what I mean? Our women that walking around ain't got no clothes on. You know what I mean? Men walking around with purses on. You know what I mean? We gotta ask them. You know what I mean? How long you simple ones love simplicity? And they say fools hate knowledge. We bringing that knowledge out there, so we already know them fools hate that. Those are the fools of the word. We fools for Christ's sake. It's a difference. You know what I mean? And they hate that knowledge, and that's why we have full security on protocol out there, because we already know we're expecting somebody to jump wrong. You know what I mean? We hoping they don't jump wrong, but we already know fools hate knowledge. So we have to back that up. You know what I mean? Keep on reading.
Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you.
You'll do what?
I will pour out my spirit unto you.
Mm-hmm.
I will make known my words unto you.
He will make his words what? Known. Say that again. That last part.
I will make known my words unto you.
Right. So when we go on the street, man, we making our words known. We set up in all the major cities across the world, definitely across the USA. How's the Most High gonna make His words known to us? That we just in a small little spot in our school where we at on Glenwood Road, and that's all we do. That's all we teach at. We don't go nowhere else. We just teach from here. How His words gonna get out to the masses? You know what I mean? We already know we online or whatnot, but we go on the streets and we down there at 5 Point Station. Everybody hear that. The whole city gonna hear that.
Right.
And He gonna make them words known to them where you hear for better. You know what I mean? That's what the street is for. You know what I mean? And that's what the prophecy is coming out of. Pick me up at Matthew 22:9. Matthew 22:9, man. Yeah, because I suggest y'all go back and listen to that little interview, and then what Zion Lex was saying. He was trying to say that his teachers come a little before. He said I.S.U.P.K was established in 1969. He said my teachers was set up in 1925 or whatnot, and the commandment keepers or whatnot. That's what our business, our leader who started this school in 1969. That's what he tried to go to his brethren to New York to get with those commandment keepers. And he found out they was on some Jewish stuff. You know what I mean? They want to bang their head against the rock. You know what I mean? They ain't talking about no Christ. They ain't talking about no so-called New Testament. You know what I mean? He already knew that one right. You know what I mean? He had already been taught from slavery on from generations to generations that knew in his lineage. And tried to get with like-minded individuals. And had to start his own school because, you know what I mean? You know, that's another set. Old school, Old Testament Israelites. You know what I mean? You know, we got all type of Israelites that out there, but you believe it or not, the Old Testament Israelites are pretty. Their numbers are pretty up there. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Man, them niggas wear dreadlocks and smoke cigarettes and
Right.
weed, and also they are Pan-Africanists. They love joining Africans to their group. They said, I mean, so yeah, I hate what you're talking about on that tip. I mean, the Old Testament Israelites, they don't believe in Christ neither.
At all.
And that would cancel the whole thing. You don't believe in Christ, you don't believe in the Most High.
Throw the book away.
Yeah.
Somebody would throw the book. I mean, how you gonna take a book before you introduced to this as a baby?
Right.
He said, I'm gonna take this little part off and cut. I'm gonna say the rest of this is false.
Right.
Man, you better throw the whole book away, man. You know what I mean? And I got family. I got family that been out there living over there in Israel. That's Old Testament Israelites, so I know about that. We got family over there since 1972. Been over there. What's the name of the What's their name over there?
Ben Amin?
Ben Amin, yeah. I got people in my family. I got about a good. We've been down there. Some of my people been down there since the 70s, and we like almost right up under 100 deep down out there in the Old Testament Israelites. You know what I mean? Them folks brought my grandma out there to bathe in the River Jordan and everything. You know what I mean? My grandma done been to Israel. You know, she passed now, but she got pictures of all that. So I got family out there. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I didn't know nothing about it. I couldn't understand it as a youngin'. Like, okay, what they talking about? But I understand now. I'm glad I came through the right line of truth, that right doctrine. You know what I mean? Because I talked to them dudes, and they found that, just a quick story, real quick. I talked to some of my cousins that's some elders over there, and they was, young blood want to know a little bit more about the Israelites or whatever. They thought they were gonna school me, but I had already been about 2 years in the truth in the I.S.U.P.K. Man, I confounded my cousins. So that man, I handed them some questions. It's been about 5 years. They still ain't got back with me on them questions to this day. You know what I mean? Because them dudes, they barely believe in the Old Testament. You know what I mean? They wear kufis on their head. They ain't nothing but an off-brand Muslim. You You know what I mean? It's all brand Islam.
They really all brand fake Jewish man.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, cause they believe in Judaism. You'll see them reading. They read the Hebrew. They speak in Yiddish, and they read in Yiddish.
Oh yeah, come.
Yeah, so they really practice Judaism. They practice the culture of the fake Jew, and that would make them look so false and so not Israel, man. Because we don't speak Yiddish.
Right, and then you ain't running behind the oppressor. You ain't running behind the oppressor. Most High is not gonna show the light on you. He's not gonna give you no wisdom. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22.
Okay.
Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Because those dudes, they definitely are hearers only. You know what I mean? They want to put on the image. They want to look holy. But when it comes down to the law, statutes, commandments, they lost. They might well be a pork eating Christian, man. Them folks don't know nothing about the law, statutes, commandments. You know what I mean? But yeah, we gonna keep it in the streets. You know, Shine said something about the streets. These celebrities, they look at it. Oh, we not those dudes on the corner. You know what I mean? They gonna regret saying that, man. They gonna regret saying that for real, because they don't know Yahanna Christ set us up for that. We just following orders, man. That's what we doing in the school. Like for real, they don't never speak. If they knew better, they wouldn't even speak nothing against that, man. I can't even believe that. Like for real, but these folks error. You know what I mean? We gonna go through. We're gonna keep it in the streets. Matthew 22:9.
Come.
This is the book of Matthew.
Oh, now I'm gonna let the Posh read because he hit the mic hit off better. The water though.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 9. Go ye, therefore, into the highways.
What? Go where?
Go ye, therefore, into the highways.
Go ye into the highways, man. You know what I mean? That's another thing Zion Lex is saying. He said, yeah, you got a percentage of brothers on the street, but the majority of us Israelites, we're not on the streets. It's millions of us, and we basically he's saying we behind the computer. We keyboard warriors. That's all I hear when he say something like that. You know what I mean? Because we following orders, man. That's how you gonna build a nation under Christ. Keep on going, go ye therefore into the highways.
And as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
What marriage he talking about? What marriage he talking about? Anybody know? Go ahead, Posh.
Oh, Slocky, like what Paul was saying, he was married to the church. That means that we're married to the truth. We're married to the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? That means this is our first wife before our, astral sentence, whatnot. This school, this truth, the law, statutes, commandments, that's our first wife. That's what we're married to.
Right. Well, okay. So, but that marriage, I mean, you hitting on the money. You know what I mean? You give me a precept, but the thing is that marriage is us to the Most High, Israel. And then we grafted in to the Most High. That's that marriage he's talking about. You know how Christ speaking. So he's speaking in parable. So that marriage he's talking about is Israel coming back. Keep on going. Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Start at verse 9 again to give the full effect.
Oh, come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find bid to the marriage. Verse 10. So those servants went into the highways.
The servants did what?
Went out into the highways.
Those servants went into the highways. Go ahead.
And gathered together all as many as they found.
Right. Go ahead. Keep on reading.
Both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests.
Y'all see how this working out? We're supposed to be bidding to our people. Get the bad and the good in our people. Fill it up for this marriage, man, because that's what we're coming back to. You know what I mean? That's what we ordered to do. Keep on reading verse 11.
Call verse 11. And when the king came and to see the guest, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. Verse 12. And he said unto him, Friend, now camest thou in Hetzer.
Drop me down to verse 29. See, basically what we doing, we follow orders. That's what I wanted to show. We are the servants, and we going out to the highways and byways, and we bringing in people. That's how a lot of y'all got in here. For them servants doing their work, hearing that word. And that's what we doing. We filling the I.S.U.P.K up. We filling these chairs up. We filling these the titles, these ranks up of men. You know what I mean? Filling up with troopers, on to be officers and beyond. That's what we doing. We bidding with our people. You know what I mean? You got 29?
Call. Verse 29. Yahanna answered and said unto them, Ye do know not nothing, the scriptures, or the power of the Most High.
Right, he said you do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of the Most High. You know what I mean? So when they making fun, we becoming fools with Christ, because they err. They err in the scriptures, like they do with other scriptures. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
John chapter 20, verse 9 and 37.
20 verse 9, bring it out for me.
This is the book of John, chapter 20, verse 9. For in it they knew not the scripture, that he must rise again from the dead.
Let's get on that. Right, yeah, that match in with that. You talking about with that because it match in with the error in your ways? I mean, you err for not knowing the scriptures? That definitely line up with that. They err, and that's what they err in, because they don't know that, you know what I mean, they have, especially my Old Testament Israelites, they haven't even accepted Christ. You know what I mean? The most of the world, they turn their back on Christ, even they say they know him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But they mad, they despise his servants. You know what I mean? They hate his servants for going out on the streets. You know what I mean? They say we hate women. They say we harassing people. They say we cussing people out. But no, we know we bidding with our brethren. We bidding with our sisters. We showing our people where they going on. We cleaned ourselves up first. All these major issues, and then we showing our brother what's going on. You know what I mean? And we building a righteous army, and we obedient, and we follow orders. You know what I mean? Because that's when you see this thing, servant. Yeah, we servants of the Most High. Pick me up, the apostle, pick me up in Luke 14:21. I mean, we're gonna show them a little bit more about the streets, whatnot. Because I know, I.S.U.P.K, we know, but we're just gonna reiterate a few things about why we on the streets. You know what I mean? Why we become fools for Christ. Because we don't care what anybody thinks about us. Our co-workers, families and friends. You know what I mean? That's one of the main things when we come into the truth. We fishing for our brothers. You know what I mean? Whether they like it or not. You know what I mean? That's how we become fools for Christ. You got that? Luke 14:21?
Come. The book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 21. So the servant came and showed his Lord these things.
That word again, that servant, that's who we are. That's what, you know what I mean? I'm speaking in general to everybody, but with shine, that's who we are. And with the servants, we follow orders. Keep on going.
Then the master of the house, being hungry, said to his servant, Go out quickly into the streets.
Go out what?
Go out quickly into the streets.
Is that quick enough? Is that quick enough? Where y'all, where your camp at? Where your boys in the street at? Huh? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. If you don't have that established, you don't have that set up, you know what I mean? You're not a servant. You know what I mean? You don't even know what persecution is. You don't even, you know what I mean? You can't even be on the side of righteousness in the government house of Israel. Keep on going.
And the lanes of the city, and bring in hither the poor, and the maimed, and the halt, and the blind.
Right?
Verse 22. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room.
That's still room, man. It's done as a commandment. That's us. That's I.S.U.P.K. Lord, it's done as it's commanded. We hit the highways and byways and the cuts and the fences and the hedges. You know what I mean? It's done. But yet, what is what? What is it, Apostle?
And yet there is room.
Yet there is room. Most High Christ has room, because you better be glad it is room, because we didn't want to be shut out. You wasn't in the truth a few years ago. So a lot of us, we wasn't in the truth a few years ago. You better, Most High Christ is still room. You know what I mean? And there's more of us to bring in. You know what I mean? That's real brotherhood, man. You know what I mean? When you thinking we hate you, but we don't hate you. We care about you. We putting all our resources, our time, our efforts into getting you in. And we can bury that one sheep in, just like Yahanna. Keep on reading.
Verse 23. And the Lord said unto the servant.
To the who? Lord said unto the who?
Oh, to the servant.
To the servant now. Keep on. Let's go.
Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in.
Right, compel. Compel. Anybody know what compel means? Anybody want to take a shot at it, or kind of know, you know what compel means? And then look at it down in the context. Somebody want to take a shot at it? You said the Lord? Lord, not, I mean, kind of, sort of, not exactly. I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? Compel is somebody want to take a shot? That's right. You hitting on it now. You hitting on it now. You know what I mean? Actually, the definition on it is to drive to constrain by force, threats, by other means. So basically, in a forceful way. You know what I mean? That's what that word compel means. Read that back. Read that. Go into the highways. Go out into the highways. Start with that.
Come. Go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in.
To compel them to come in, I mean the forcefully to do it. I mean, you know, with our voice, to lift up our voice, and show our people what we doing on the streets. That's what we doing. That's why we speak with so much passion. You know what I mean? Because we compelling our people. Go ahead.
That my house may be filled.
The house may be what?
May be filled.
Right, because it's still room. Right, we got to convince our people, our brethren, that our house may still be filled, man. This is Tuesday night Brotherhood class, man. That's what we get. That's what Brotherhood all about, man. You know what I mean? We clean ourselves up through the Most High. You know what I mean? And then we go out and we try to fill the house up because we got it here. It's still room in here. You know, I'm looking around. It's still room. Keep on going. 24.
Verse 24. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste my supper.
Right, none of those men were bidden. We bid it with you. We bid it with you over and over again. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, He set us up, especially I.S.U.P.K. since 1969 on the street. I mean, what Zion Lex talking about, his teachers or whatnot, but they weren't on the streets. I mean, just you and your little set and whoever your little social network area knows you and know what you're talking about. That ain't gonna spread enough. I mean, the Most High told us to go and bid with those men on the street. You know what I mean? But He said, well, once after that bidding, you know what I mean, you're not gonna taste of His supper. Keep on going. And this is one of the main things about brotherhood right here. But we the servants of the Most High. We going on the street, the highways and byways, like He said. Right, and there's 26. Pay attention to this.
Verse 25.
24. Salakia. All right, yeah, read 25.
Come. Verse 25. And there went great multitudes with him. And he turned and he said unto them. Verse 26.
Right.
If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own wife also, he cannot be my disciple.
Yeah, that's why they're not servants of Christ, man, because you ain't ready to give it all up. You ain't ready to be persecuted. You ain't ready to be hated. You ain't ready to be a fool for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? You ain't celebrating Christmas no more, and your rib and your children are all turning against you. I mean, they double team, they jumping you in that house. You know what I mean? And everybody say, boy, you showing up as a fool. And I know what they say. I know December 25th is not Christ's birthday, and I read all the books about how it's all pagan related. But man, you a fool. I could never do that with my wife. I never could take that away from my kids. You know what I mean? But Christ say, what about being a disciple, that last little part? Also, he what?
Also, he cannot be my disciple.
You can't be Christ's disciple, man. You can't be in here, though. You can't be in here, brethren. Well, pick me up at 27.
Come. Verse 27. And whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple.
You can't be Christ's disciple, man. You gotta bear that cross. I know that's a lot of Christianity trying to take that statement or whatnot. Man, that's real, bro. But they never did anything, any persecution from their family or Christ's sake, man. You know what I mean? They never had their grandma and their big mama cussing them out for not showing up for their 99th birthday, man. You know what I mean? They never had their big uncle turning 100 years old today, and you talking about you can't be there because you in some you know what I mean? You in some school talking about they don't celebrate birthdays, man. You know what I mean? You ain't ready for that. You know what I mean? That's what the disciples of Christ going through. You know what I mean? We going through, and the family don't want to understand. You crack that Bible open for them all day, but they don't have the ears to hear. You know what I mean? They don't have the ears to hear at all. Pick me up at cause we gonna go into this. Watch me. Go ahead.
We use Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 6 and 7 about how your family, what you just speaking on about how your family try to defend you and do these things, and when you don't do them, how you think right.
Well, yeah, we read that for me.
Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 6. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy father. Verse 7. Namely, of the gods of the people which are round about you, not unto me, or far off from me. From
Right, yeah, definitely. Definitely you can definitely use that for family going through with your family, because you're gonna need all you can get, to confirm, what you're really doing. You know what I mean? That's why you get with priests and prophets, people that's been in the truth longer than you, people that's ranked up higher than you, that's been in here years longer than you. So you can see them and mimic and be taught and rehearse the righteous acts that they've been going through. Because because other than that, you're gonna be known for the crazy guy on the street, especially if you mess around, jump on Facebook and all that. You all proud of what you got going on, and it can hinder you when it comes to these worldly people. You know what I mean? Because there's a few things that it's a long list of things of how we looked at as fools for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? To build his brotherhood up. You know what I mean? Another one is we take a lot of persecution. We take a lot of persecution for Christ's sake, and that can be physical and spiritual. Right. A lot of times we use a lot of our resources, a lot of our time. We out there on Saturday. We be using our time and money and efforts to build the house of Israel to come on in. You know what I mean? And sometimes it may seem like we're not getting no results. But we already know we're doing this for Christ's sake. This is what He ordered. We know whether they come in or not. And that's what when you keep on, you're in a relationship and you keep on showing somebody love and doing everything for them, and they keep on giving you basically their back, they tail the kiss, then you're a fool. You're a fool for love. You know what I mean? You running behind that person and they not studying you. You're a fool for love, man. You know what I mean? And that's how we are for Israel. That's how the servants of the Christ. We become fools for Christ's sake. Therefore, we try to give precious pearls and jewels to people who don't even want them, who would rather throw it right back to you. You know what I mean? Look at the way we eat. Look at the way we dress. You know what I mean? That's another way you could be foolish for Christ's sake. Everything we do from head to toe is biblical. In the same Bible all these people got in their household, their mama household, they don't even know. They look foreign to them. They don't know where that's coming from. That same Bible that's in your dad's board, that's your grandma's house, or your dad's board is your house, or it's in your car. It say that in there, brother. It say that in there, sister. The dress like that, them fringes with a border blue, mitris. You got head wraps. You got, you know what I mean? We got headbands, our garments, our holy garments. You know what I mean? No, it's not Power Rangers. That's what's in your Bible. The King James Version coming out of Hebrew. That's exactly from head to the toe. But they call us a fool and they make fun of. Oh, what y'all got? What you got on? What is that? You know what I mean? Pork ain't, and then think about the dietary. You know what I mean? Islam and a lot of other people they only got one thing is pork. We don't eat pork. That's it. Man, we got so many things we don't eat because there's so many nasty and unlawful animals that the Most High showed us. Our people, they can't get with the program. Okay, I know you don't eat pork, but you don't eat no crab, lobster, or squid, or anything, or shrimp, or anything like that. That's too much for them people. But it's not too much. Because the Most High said His law is not grievous. That's our culture. That's what we bring it back. You know what I mean? But somebody can, easily Haitian will get frustrated with you. You don't do this, you don't do that, you don't eat this. I don't even know how I can even dwell with you. Especially if you find out the truth and you got a rib and she just looking at you like, what? Like all these changes is just too different for me. It's just too much for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And she go and just have fun. She get to go to the birthday parties and have fun. In a moment. But you like, nah, I ain't going. You know what I mean? Your friends, they want to go to the strip club. You know what I mean? This Atlanta, man, this is a home of strip clubs. People go to the strip club before they go to the bar around the corner. You know what I mean? And you telling them people that nah, I don't mess with the strip club. What you mean you don't mess with the strip club? You know what I mean? We become fools like that for Christ's sake, man. That's that's exactly what we do. And one of the main things I got you in the scripture, the past.
Mm.
I'll get you one. All right, we'll put me on Isaiah 62 and 6. Isaiah 62 and 6. But the thing about it is that, and one of the main things is that we how we hate it for Christ's sake is that we don't respect religions or religious beliefs. First of all, we're not a religion. This is the nationality and the customs, and we follow the laws of the Most High. But we don't respect. You know how people that have difference of beliefs. They all we respect. We all respect each other. No, the Israelites on the streets, we don't. I.S.U.P.K. We don't respect none of that. Those are all false gods. And as soon as Christ give us the green light, we could destroy all them idols. You know what I'm saying? We burning all your books of false books now. You know what I mean? I don't know what's worse, the wood or the stone. You know what I mean? Christianity or Islam. You know what I mean? But they hate us for that. They hate us for that, man. You know what I mean? And you'll be surprised, but we coming with the knowledge. We tell these people that Muhammad ain't nothing but a doggone heathen, and he couldn't hold a candle to none of the prophets, and he a child molester. You know what I mean? And they hate us for that. Do you know people will be ready to kill you for that? Everybody know that, right? When you bring them out the truth about Muhammad, everybody know the truth about Muhammad, right? How he a child molester. Yeah. Everybody know that? Anybody online know that? I'm still connected. Right. You know what I mean? You tell these people that you gotta tell these people what about Muhammad. He a child molester, and he molested a 6-year-old girl, and he married a 6-year-old girl when he was 53, and half the world, billions and billions of people are following this religion. For real. So you already know, man. We ready to talk about that. Go ahead. Oh yeah, let's bring it out real quick. Cause we got the Google. You can talk right to the Google. This something this something they hate us about right here, man. Muhammad, 6-year-old wife Aisha.
According to luck.staff.ugm.act.id, Aisha, daughter of Abu Bakr, was a beautiful little girl. Muhammad married her when he was 53 years old and she was only 6 years old. He had intercourse with her when she was 9 years old.
Y'all heard that? Google just said that, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard that, but it's the first time I heard that, man. That's a sick-ass religion right there. Every one of them motherfuckers I'd be ashamed, man, to be, because I know they all know that. They all the ones got to know that.
Yeah, they know that. They know that. That's why we spit on that Quran, man. That's why we don't care. Peace be upon him, Muhammad. Peace be upon him. I tell you what about Muhammad, man, for real. He gonna get dealt with just like the rest of them, man. You know what I mean? And them folks be ready to kill you about that. You know what I mean? That's a child molester religion, man. You know what I mean? That's a sin. Our people stay running behind an Arab. You know what I mean? But our people err because they got lack of knowledge. They don't know those scriptures. I can just simply ask Google and they know about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so evident. You bringing all this out, and a lot of people, they just don't know, and people like Muhammad and Dr. Malachi York, all of them were pedophiles.
Right.
Pedophiles, and they can only produce, you walk the devil, they can only produce other pedophiles and molesters and stuff like that. Stop.
That's right, and just to sum it up, if the Most High ain't with you, if you're not coming from the truth according to the Most High, going through the 12 tribes of Israel, showing our people who we are, coming back to the customs. I mean, it's nowhere else to go but the pedophilia. You know what I mean? That's because we already know that's in the Christian church heavy. That's in the Christian church heavy. You know what I mean? Because they don't have nothing to do with the Bible. They just hold the Bible. Islam. You know what I mean? They priests can come into your house and they can do a temporary marriage with your daughter, no matter how old she is. And them folks want them. Them folks want to oppress their women. They want to have their women locked in from head to toe. But Muhammad done married a 6-year-old girl and he ain't touched her till she was 9. Like that's commendable or something, man. He's sick, man. Yeah, you got that Isaiah 62:6.
Come. This book of Isaiah, chapter 62, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day, nor night. Ye that make mention.
Hold on. I think we missing something. Let me go now. Read it one more time. Let's start from the beginning.
I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem.
Oh, Jerusalem. That's why we go amongst our people. We the watchmen, man. He set us up. And what he said we're going to do on the next line?
Which shall never hold their peace day or night.
We shall never hold a peace day or night, man. We ain't holding no peace, man. We not we shall overcome. No, we're not holding hands, man. You know what I mean? We coming out there stern and firm. You know what I mean? And day and night. Go ahead.
Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
What? He said what? Keep not what?
Keep not silence.
Right, we mentioning the Most High. We mentioning the Most High, the Lord, Yahanna. We keeping not silence. We letting our family know. We letting the whole Israel know. We don't care who here or for better. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We staying on track. We know we in the right spot. Persecution coming, we in the right spot, man. I mean, keep on going.
Verse 7. And give him no rest till he established, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
That's right, man. I.S.U.P.K. We fidgety, man. We real fidgety. We ain't got no rest, man. We ain't getting no rest until Jerusalem is established, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we thought. That's what the Most High, he putting that spirit on us, man. He putting that spirit on us. We might not even understand it while you getting into it, but as you go on, you do understand it. But all we know is that we following orders. That's brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That's how becoming a fool for Christ's sake. Keep on reading.
Verse 8. The Lord has sworn by his right hand.
The Lord did what?
Have sworn by his right hand.
Man, it said the Lord has sworn by his right hand. Go ahead.
And by the arm of his strength. Surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thy enemies. And the sons of the strangers shall not drink thy wine.
Right. The Most High said he's not gonna give corn to be meat for thy enemies. We already know who our enemies is. That's all them heathens that's against Israel. And them strangers. That's why it's coming in the next verse. And the sons of the strangers shall not drink thy wine. Yeah, and that's symbolic for our material, for all the blessings and the royalty that we supposed to be getting. Keep on going. We had it right from Salakia.
For the which thou hast labored.
So no, we definitely labor, man. We definitely labor. Keep on going.
Verse 9. But they that have gathered it shall eat it and praise the Lord. And they that have brought it together shall drink in the courts of my holiness.
Right, verse 10.
Verse 10. Go through the gates. Prepare the way of the people.
Right, that's what we're doing. We're going through the gates, man. When you talking about them gates and them byways, that's the streets, man. That's what we doing. Keep on going.
Prepare ye the way of the people. Cast up the highway.
cast up the highway, man. What's I.S.U.P.K? That's what we doing. We in the right spot. We the most hated, man. You know what I mean? We the most hated. We the most despised. We in the right place. You in the right place. So-called black man, Hispanic man, so-called Native Indian man. You're in the right spot. Keep on going.
Gather out the stones. Lift up a standard for the people.
Lift up a what?
Lift up a standard for the people.
Right, we lift up a standard for Israel. No more ratchet. No more we just doing anything. No more we running. We got our head up oppressor behind. None of that. Man, we living up a standard for our people, man. Man, you the greatest on the earth. You the greatest stock on this earth. From the 12 tribes of Israel. It's a different standard you supposed to go. It's a different way you supposed to eat. A different way you supposed to dress. It's a different God you supposed to be serving. You know what I mean? In different days you supposed to be celebrating. We lifting up a standard for our people. And of course, just like with everything else, false prophets, false teachers, the Lord set up his prophets and everything, but he also got some false watchmen. You know what I mean? We blowing the trumpet. But people like is trying to be all political like these false Zionists and people like Shine, trying to shake it up, not trying to shake things up, trying to be with a Jewish man. You know what I mean? This is what this is for. Pick me up by Isaiah 56 and 8.
Come.
Isaiah 56 and 8, because he got those type of watchmen too. You know what I mean? Because everything go back to the street. But we already know that those false watchmen, they not on the street, man. You know what I mean? They only concerned with one thing. You know what I mean? They concerned with their political power, concerned with their money, more than the Most High. They concerned with their networking more than the Most High. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 8. And the Lord God which gathered the outcasts of Israel said, Yet will I gather others to him, besides those that are gathered unto him. Verse 9. All ye beasts of the field, come to devour. Yea, all ye beasts in the forest.
Right.
Verse 10. His watchmen are blind.
His watchmen are what?
His watchmen are blind.
Man, his watchmen are blind, man. Martin Luther King on down, man. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. These are people that are set up to be the watchmen. And the Most High said they're what?
They are all ignorant.
Right, they're blind and they're all ignorant. What else the Most High God to say about them?
They are all dumb dogs.
Oh man, they done out. They're our people. They try to do some watchmen, but these people are blind, man. These not the watchmen that the Most High talk about. Let's go gather Israel. Keep on reading.
They cannot bark. Lying. Sleeping. Lying down. Loving to slumber.
Right. 11.
Verse 11. Yea, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough.
Man, they can never have enough, man. Al Sharpton, he can never have enough. Ben Crumpet, what's that lawyer's name? They can never have enough, man. And after them, there's gonna be some more until Christ come back. I mean, they can never have enough. They take advantage of our people, because that's big business. Cop killing black men is big business. Whichever one they gonna go with, whatever story gonna blow up, that's what they gonna go with. You know what I mean? It's not about really what's going down. It's about the popularity. Just like Rosa Parks. If you know about the Rosa Parks story, it was a girl that went through the same thing as Rosa Parks. It could have had the same glory as Rosa Parks, but they said she was a teenage mother, and it wasn't a good image. They didn't want to run with that. So they want to, let me just go over here to run with Rosa Parks' story. You know what I mean? When all of them should have all gotten the same defense. You know what I mean? It's all a game. You know what I mean? And these scriptures helping us to realize that they all for their own game. Keep on going.
And they, And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
They cannot what?
They cannot understand.
That's one of the most important things. They cannot understand. You know what I mean? People that, you know, it's a big step coming from getting out of Christianity and coming to know that you Israel. But you can't know you Israel and you still talking about some, nah, I'm not like them dudes on the corner, man. We ain't got nothing to do with them guys. You know what I mean? I'm just behind the internet and, you know, and I got my faith and we're running with that. That's not enough. You don't understand. You erred in the scriptures. Keep on reading.
They all look to their own way.
They all what now?
They all look to their own way.
Look, man, they all look to their own way. Who told you to be an internet Israelite? Who told you that you did not have to go on the streets? Who told you that you won't have to get persecuted for Christ's sake?
Right.
Who told you you was going to be laxy-daisy? You know what I mean? That you ain't have to have no pressure. So you mean to tell me you just got to get a kickback, you know what I mean, live and be on the internet Israelite, and you just got bid into the marriage, just like that. I don't think you understand. There ain't no thing. You don't understand at all. And what the Most High say is say that they all took their own way. Not what the prophets say. Not what a learned man who been in this truth longer than you, ranked up more than you, more wiser than you in this truth, and show you the way. You ain't want to go to him. You want to do your own thing. You want to start your own camp, fresh off YouTube videos. That's what you wanted to do. You know what I mean? And we showing our people the error on this way. Keep on reading.
Everyone for his game.
Right, for his own game. And don't think we forgetting about the clout. We know the money's the thing too, but you do anything for clout too. And that's what their gain is, gain, clout. You know what I mean? All them lights, the glorious, the how you making it look. You ain't on now street, you ain't in now I.S.U.P.K count, but you know how to make them pictures look glorious. You know how to make them garments look glorious. You know what I mean? In a moment. You'll get them likes off that. But that's all. This is for your own game, man. You ain't doing nothing for the Israel. Keep on reading.
From his core.
Right. Right. They mad at it. They mad at it. They definitely mad. They mad at everything we bring it out. We bring out the truth. We bring out the truth about these false religions and everything. You know what I mean? We don't believe it's more than one truth. That's another thing. We just set apart or just set apart. I.S.U.P.K, we put a disclaimer out that we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group at all. We don't believe it's not more than one truth. It's only one truth, man. It's only one truth, woman. That's it. It's not two sides. They say it must be two sides. It's not. It's only one side, man. It's only one way you're gonna get in like this. Period. We wanted to show those watchmen. That the Lord set up, but He also got some setup of false watchmen. What we do, we take this brotherhood very serious. You know what I mean? That's what we come to you every Tuesday night, bringing out the brotherhood, because you know that's how we're gonna build this nation, and we're gonna trickle on down to the women and to the kids. You know what I mean? Now I.S.U.P.K is all over the world. We started off at 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. And look where we at in a short amount of time to this day. But the book is sealed. The book is sealed, and you should feel definitely a real sense of royalhood and priestly royalhood to even have the book unsealed to you like that. Pick me up on Isaiah 29:10, and we're gonna end it with that. Somebody got something to say? 21:43 was I in Matthew 21 earlier? Let me see. 21:40. Read it for me.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 21, verse 43. Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of God shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruit thereof.
We definitely gonna use that. Y'all bringing out definitely them precepts right along as I knew y'all would, because You know, this is what we do. You know, this is what we live. But I think that it's a lot of things that we bring out that we know in the I.S.U.P.K. that it's not really practical knowledge to the rest of the world. It's not really practical knowledge to these people that's saying they're in Israelite groups. You know what I mean? I don't know how these people get to the knowledge and error, but it happens all the time. I got a family member. He was like, yeah, me and you, we both in the truth. He's not in the I.S.U.P.K, so I'm like, I let him talk or whatever. He in a false group that I didn't even seen on the internet. I seen many groups on the internet or social media. He done got into a group that we don't even know what the name is. So I'm dialoguing with this family member or whatnot. I'm trying to figure out what is going on with him because, you know, the red flag number one, he called the Most High Yahweh. I'm like, you call the Most High Yahweh, you don't even call him Yahushua or whatever they call him. Like, he at the level they call him Yahweh. You know what I mean? When I was in a Christian church, I knew what a Yahweh was. And so I tried to talk to him about the name movement and whatnot. And he basically just didn't want to hear it. He said, I didn't want to get political with the name and everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's separating. You know what I mean? Like, who told you that you don't have to say the right name? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The Yahweh is not the Most High's name. What's some other names they got? What's the other names they got for the Most High?
So I think what is it? Elohim, something like that.
Go ahead. Yeah, Yeshua. Man, it's a lot of little titles, whatever. When people say these things, they tell me what level they in, because you know we had to go through these different levels of making it to the school.
I'll be one of the famous ones. Yisrael.
Yeah, Israelites. You know what I mean? Putting the Y in front of that. So I'm trying to bring this family member because I know he just got in. And, you know, he got a zeal. So I'm talking to him about the name, and he getting mad because I'm trying to talk to him about the name. Like, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? He don't even know. He error in the scriptures don't even know that you can't just come to the Most High however you want to. But it's understandable though, because we know, you know what I mean, it take a minute for the people to knock stuff off of Christianity. You know what I mean? You still think you can go to the Most High, go to the Most High any type of way, say anything to him. You ain't studied, turn it to the east. So I understand. So I let it go. But I just don't know where they getting these groups from. Where they getting this knowledge from? It's laughable to us. But what we have to know as servants is that the knowledge out here on Israel is so flawed, it's so false, and half truth mixed in with a lot of lies that we definitely got our work set out for us. And that's why we know at the beginning of everything that we do that we saying we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group at all. And you know, and we're just gonna end with this scripture right here. Pick me up Ecclesiasticus 36. 10. Yeah, it's powerful. Ending with that, man, because you know we gotta get focused on what we doing out here, man. What y'all doing out here? You know what I mean? We here to grab these tribes back so we can have our rulership, man. You know what I mean? We're not gonna follow behind any false religion, any of them Jewish, false Jewish people. You know what I mean? We setting the standard for Israel. We setting the standard how things should be. You know what I mean? Them dudes on the corner that you think is a fool, that's who's setting the standard of how things are supposed to go. Whether you like it, receive it, or not. You got that for me?
Come. Okay.
Yeah, because this is what we're supposed to be doing, man. You know what I mean? I'm getting scripture and scripture, going to the streets, compelling to being a watchman, bidding with our people. You know what I mean? So I don't know, what are these people talking about? What are these celebrities talking about? What is Shine talking about in their interview? He talking about nothing, man. He ain't with the Most High. The Most High ain't with him. And we can say they're confident because that's according to the scriptures. Now you pull another little book out, the Quran, Mary had a little lamb, whatever. You may be writing those books, but when we come to the scriptures, give it to the Israelites in full completeness? No, we don't have any record for that. Go ahead.
A brother Ecclesiasticus, chapter 29, verse 10. Lose thy money for thy brother.
36 to 10, Ecclesiasticus 10. 36 to 10.
Oh, my bad. 36 to 10.
Come. And we're gonna go ahead and end it strong with this, man. We gotta stay focused, man. What we doing, man?
Okay. Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36, verse 10. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen.
Right? The rulers of the heathen. Go ahead.
That say, there is none other but we. Verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Do what?
Gather all the tribes of Jacob together.
Right. How you gonna do that besides what we doing? Besides being on the streets, besides being a loudmouth on the streets. You know what I mean? Besides being despised and hated on the streets. How you gonna do that? Keep on reading.
And inherited thou them as from the beginning. Verse 12. O Lord, ye have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name.
Right, that's what we ask for. What I.S.U.P.K asked for. Have mercy on our people, man. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we going on. That's real love, man. You know what I mean? That's a real pluck. That's a real fool for Christ's sake, man. For our brethren's sake. Keep on going.
And upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. Verse 13. Oh, be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest.
Right, and with that, we'll pass the class over to precinct officer, the Pashkaya.
Give it up. Our class right there. Also 500, rock out. Shalom, Israel. This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We're the I.S.U.P.K started on 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When new brothers and sisters come to the school, they are limited for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Ishra means take in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department of teacher. Priest fund. $3 for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The next holy convocations is the Feast of Purim. It's going to be from Monday, February 14th through Tuesday, February 15th. Y'all need to be in the building by February 14th. If not, I'm just assuming you celebrating Valentine's Day. Well, I've seen you get that woman that gift so she can give to another man. She going to do no but cheat on it anyway, so you might as well just come in the building. You know what I'm saying? You know, the peace with our brothers and sisters. Remind our walk-in to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If everybody wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all boots, all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And one more thing before you go to school, make sure you GPS address. You can go to Google or Waze, any GPS app that you use. And the address is 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. With that, I'll give a curse salute to Israel. To the men, the teacher, the men online. Men Israel, a mighty Sabbat, a mighty Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathon.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakathon.
While this into the Hebrew, may the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Y'all give the top, me hands down, class dismissed.
Yeah. All right, and Posh. Trying to stop this shit right here. Fuck it. Come on. For who?
No,
I think it's
Corner.
No, he took last week. Kafiyat. Now you said your woman gonna cheat you anyway. Come on. Fine. I want you to be professional. If you be, I want you to be professional with anybody in the school. Alright? There's a reason why, there's a spirit behind that. So when you said your woman gonna chill you anyway, you're talking about
no, about Valentine's Day.
Oh, Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I'll say if you're not in the building on the 14th, I'm assuming you celebrate Valentine's
So when is
14th, February 14th.
Oh shit. I can't argue with you, nigga. Can't argue with you, nigga.
Yeah, February 14th.
I can't argue with you, nigga. Oh shit.
February 14th. You're not in the building.
Nah, I can't argue with you, nigga. I can't, that nigga cut me, boy. That nigga cut me, boy.
It's a cold cut, huh? It's a cold cut, huh?
We'll get to him, boy. Yeah, is that phone, nigga? That nigga cut the fuck out of me, boy. Oh shit, I feel so shitty. I'm like diarrhea right now, nigga. This is 14, boy. Woo! Oh, damn. I could have done it.
Nope, because me on the phone, he still here talking.